I am obsessed with side hustles. Like, I literally do DoorDash for fun, even though I don't need the money. It is weird, I know, but there's something about that dopamine hit when the payment notifications pop up. Even if they're just $12, it's so fun. If we haven't met yet, I am Rachel Rofe. I've made millions of dollars from print on demand, and I've helped over 1,000 people make their first sale online. But here's the thing, I am constantly testing new side hustles, partly to find fresh new opportunities for my community, partly just because I think it's so fun. And after all of this experimenting, I've developed a simple 5-minute test that tells me if a side hustle is worth pursuing or if it's just going to waste my time. So today I am going to be sharing that exact test with you, because while I love trying new things, I hate spending time on ideas that were doomed from the start, and I bet that you do too. So grab a pen, think about that side hustle idea you've been considering, and let's run it through these 5 quick questions. And by the end of this, you will know exactly whether to move forward or save yourself from months of frustration. So let's do this. So here's why this test matters. Probably every week, someone is sending me their $1 million idea. It could be drop shipping vitamins, creating online courses about courses, or starting a cleaning business with like an app twist. And look, I get the excitement, I really do. When a new idea hits, it feels like you've cracked the code. Like everyone else is missing this obvious opportunity, I get it. But after watching hundreds of people start strong and then ghost their businesses by month 3, I noticed some patterns. The winners and the quitters were predictable. And so I developed these 5 questions. They take maybe 5 minutes to answer honestly, and they've saved me from probably 20 different rabbit holes this year alone. If you are finding this valuable, by the way, hit subscribe. I drop realistic business advice like this every week. No fluff, just what works. Now, grab whatever side hustle idea has been bouncing around your brain. Whatever the thing is you've been researching or thinking about for the past month, let's see if it passes the test. Test 1, number 1, can you get your first customer in 7 days? Now, before you freak out, I'm not saying you need to make thousands in week 1. Print on demand, it wasn't like it was that for me. But what I am saying is if you can't think of 3 specific ways to find even 1 customer this week, your idea is too complicated. Now, a good answer for this would be something like, I'll post in these 5 Facebook groups where my customers hang out, or I'll message 10 people I know who mention that they have this problem, or I'll put up an Upwork gig and I'll apply to 20 gigs. Now, bad answers are gonna sound like, I need to build an audience first, or I'll wait for the SEO to kick in, or people will find me once my website is perfect. Do you see the difference? Like, one of these groups has a plan to talk to actual humans this week. The other group is hiding behind their laptop, hoping that customers are going to magically appear. Now, even with print on demand, which yes, it does take time to build, I could still list ways to at least try for that first sale quickly. You could run ads if you want, though you don't have to. You could share in relevant communities. You could reach out to people who love your niche. Now, will those guarantee a sale in week 1? Honestly, probably not with print on demand. Many take a lot longer, but the key is I could at least name the path. I know where my customers are online. I know how to reach them. Even if it would take time to work, it just makes sense. So it's not so much that the speed matters, but the ability to identify real paths to customers, that's what matters. So can you name 3 ways to find a customer this week? If you are drawing a blank, then that is your first red flag. Okay, number 2, do you actually want to be doing this for 6 months? Now this one's brutal because most people pick side hustles like they're picking lottery numbers. Like, ooh, Amazon FBA makes money. Yes, but do you want to deal with inventory and shipping logistics every day? So here is a reality check, and I do like FBA, but even when the money comes fast, you still have to show up every day. For print on demand, for example, I genuinely enjoy creating the designs. I'll browse Pinterest for ideas just for fun. So even when I was making money, I did make money early on, but I kept pushing to scale bigger. But when I did things like I used to be a freelance writer, the money was decent, but the thought of continuing to write another 10 tips for better email marketing idea made me want to throw my laptop out the window. Not fun. So your gut check for this is picture doing this side hustle every single day for the next 6 months. Same tasks, same problems, same customers. Does that thought make you excited, or does it make you want to take a nap? Because while it's fun to start things fast, when month 2 rolls around and the novelty wears off, the only thing that will keep you going is actually enjoying the process. But Rachel, what if I don't love it, but I need the money? That's fair, but there are a million ways to make money, so why torture yourself with one that you're gonna abandon anyway? Find something you can at least tolerate, or you're just setting yourself up to quit. Okay, test number 3. What is your realistic hourly rate? Time for some math that nobody wants to do, but everybody needs to see. Take your monthly income goal. Now divide it by the hours that you'll actually work. Now, not the hours you plan to work, the hours that you'll actually work after job, kids, the Netflix show you're not giving up, whatever it is. Let's say you want $1,000 a month and you will realistically put in, let's say, 10 hours a week. That's 40 hours a month, and from there you're gonna need to make $25 an hour from day 1. Now, is your side hustle capable of that? Or are you looking at, let's say, $8 an hour for the first 6 months? Now, here is where it gets interesting, to be fair. Print on demand, as an example, fails this test initially, because when you factor in the design time, research, listing creation time, and all that, my hourly rate in the beginning, I mean, close to negative, right? But, and this is huge, for this one, it becomes passive income. So designs that I made many years ago are still selling. So that's when your hourly rate can start to go infinite. We still have more, but by the way, drop a comment about a side hustle you're considering, because I do read these comments and I love seeing what everyone's working on. Okay, so the question here isn't gonna be just what's my hourly rate, it's also what's my hourly rate trajectory. Consulting, for example, high hourly from the start, but you're always trading time for money. Content creation, garbage hourly at first, maybe amazing later. Know which game you're playing, because if you need $25 an hour starting tomorrow and you're choosing a build it slow model, then you're setting yourself up for disappointment. All right, test number 4, can you explain it to your mom in 1 sentence? Now this is my favorite test because it's so simple, but so many people fail it. If someone asks you, what is your side hustle? And you need 5 minutes and a PowerPoint to explain it, you're kind of dead in the water. Good examples would be, I sell custom t-shirts for dog lovers, or I help busy moms prep meals on Sundays, or I flip furniture from garage sales. Bad examples might be something like, I'm building a multi-channel ecosystem that leverages blockchain technology to disrupt the traditional blah, blah, blah. You just want to stop, right? The confused mind isn't going to buy. And if you can't explain it simply, imagine trying to create marketing copy for it. Now, print on demand does pass this test beautifully. I design stuff, I upload it to products, I earn royalties when they sell. Done. Speaking of keeping things simple, when I am researching print on demand niches, I use a tool called Everbee. It shows me exactly what designs are already selling on Etsy. So there's no guessing, no hoping, just data on what people actually buy. Now, I'm actually not trying to sell everyone on print on demand here. I know most of you know me from that world. If you are interested, I have a 30-day Etsy course with daily action steps that get your shop looking professional, get you going. Links in the description for that. But this video actually is about finding what works for you, whether that's print on demand or something completely different. The point is, whatever you choose, it needs to be simple enough for you to be able to explain, because complicated to explain equals complicated to sell equals complicated to scale. Keep it so simple that even your neighbor's kid could understand what you do. All right, test number 5. What happens if you make $0 the first month? Now this is kind of where the rubber meets the road, because despite what the YouTube people tell you, most side hustles actually don't print money from day 1. So be honest here. If you work your butt off for 30 days and your PayPal is still showing a big fat 0, what do you do? Now, if your answer is quit immediately, then you need something with faster cash flow. Maybe that's something like freelancing or flipping items or service work. There's nothing wrong with needing quick money. But if your answer is, I'd be disappointed, but I'd keep going, now you might have something, right? Now, print on demand as an example, most people need some time, 2 or 3 months, to start to see real traction. And that's, everyone's experience is different. Blogging could be 6 months. YouTube, unless you're going viral, you could buckle up for the long haul. You just don't know. So the problem isn't necessarily the timeline. The problem is when people expect overnight success from a slow build model. It's like planting tomatoes, getting mad that they're not ripe next week. You pick tomatoes, they need time. If you needed food tomorrow, you should have picked something else. So really think about this. Can your bank account and your ego handle a slow start? Because picking a model that doesn't match your financial reality is just setting yourself up for failure. And there really is no shame in needing faster money. Just be honest about it so that you can pick accordingly. All right, moment of truth time. How many tests did your side hustle pass? If it passed all 5, you are golden. So you can stop overthinking and start doing. If it failed 1 or 2, that's actually pretty normal. Look at the ones that it failed and see if you can fix them. Like if you can't explain it simply as an example, can you narrow your focus? Or if the hourly rate isn't what you need, is there passive income potential for it later? But if you failed 3 or more tests, I would say I'm probably doing you a favor here. Pick something else, because that idea could drain your time, your energy, and your bank account. And there are so many good side hustles that you could do. And remember, by the way, failing these tests, it doesn't mean that you're not cut out for side hustles. It just means that that particular idea might not be your winner. I've tested dozens of ideas at this point that have failed spectacularly. DoorDash, as an example, it passed all the 5 tests. Instant pay, simple to explain, genuinely fun, which is probably why I find it weirdly satisfying. Print on demand, it fails the instant money test, but passes everything else, which for me is why it's worth the wait. So the magic is matching the right model to your life situation. So drop a comment. What side hustle are you testing? How many did it pass? I love to know, because sometimes talking through it also helps you see things clearly. I love hearing what's going on. And if this video helped you kind of slash through the overwhelm, check out my next video. I have got some other good ones, including what I would do if I started print on demand from scratch today. Because knowing what I know now, I would do a lot of things differently. All right, thanks for testing your ideas with me. Feel free to stop researching, start doing something, even if it's just DoorDash for the dopamine.